Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to a new stream. So, today, I will be reacting to a video, and then we can play some games. So, if you have not seen the title just yet, or the stream elements saying that I'm live, then you basically know that Schlep released a new video about, the whole Roblox situation that they're having, which is kind of crazy, honestly. I mean, it's trying to take Roblox this long to, ask a guy saying, "Hey, we want to work with you," right? Then no, here's the season assist, and that's what all they said, which just makes people mad. Right, I'm gonna turn the music off. All right, let's do this. All right, let me go back here, and here we go. Wait, I haven't joined a voice chat. Yeah, I should do that. Um, yeah, that's the one thing I did not do yet. But we're good now. Alright, there I am. Yeah, I haven't joined a voice channel yet because I'm using reactive Fugi tech again. But let's go ahead and see what's with the new thing here. Let me first turn this down. There. Alright, let's see what's going on. Also, before we start, I'm gonna do something really quick and see if it works. Where is it? It's there. All right. Now I got you. Now I got you guys on my screen. All right. So let's go ahead and before I do that, let's watch. All right. What kind of anime is this, by the way? Slow mo? Yep. That's when it all went down, and that's how Roblox's market actually crashed. Bing. Wait. So, dear Shep, on behalf of the Roblox Corporation, this letter serves as a formal cease and desist notice regarding your unauthorized and harmful activities on Roblox platform. You're watching that or violation of the Roblox policies, which they literally just added like a minute before they actually sent it, which is actually cringeworthy. I'm not kidding. I actually knew that it was up there, and they said, "Oh, we'll just add a new policy before." Because I think what was it? What was the name? Something groups. I don't know. I forget what the name was called, but it was something groups. But meme of the day, robots added a little policy like a 5 minutes or something before they emo slept and say, "Hey, you can't do this, right?" Yeah, nice try, Roblox. And that reminds our safety efforts and currently are exposing our users to increased risk. These people at Roblox are actually stupid people. I'm not kidding. They are completely stupid. They do a terrible job at it, and they rather use AI for literally everything. I've seen people get banned for saying hello, hello, a greeting. hi, or saying hi, a greeting. Well, guess what? Robots just bans their account for like a day or seven. I honestly just don't get it. Why? Is robots moderation is that terrible? And now they're even considering not using AI, but actual human workers to work 24/7. Like, give them a break. Like, no one wants AI to moderate games, especially large platforms. If they're gonna make these kinds of mistakes of using AI and train it when AI can honestly just can't make like a single script, like a like what like it's asking, hey ChatGPT, make a Lewis script for exploiting on Roblox. It just will, and it doesn't even know they're using it for exploiting on Roblox. People can then just get by with easy to with ChatGPT scripts just like that. People do it. Anyways, engaging in some way child endangerment conversations. Well, of course. Sharing or soliciting personally and definitely information. Well, how else are they gonna know like who this person is and get all the info they need to follow a police report? Directing users to move the conversation off platform. This is the one thing that's been memed on for the longest time. You put your YouTube channel link in your robots account that people can go to, and like what, a month later your account gets deleted because you put a YouTube link in your account when robots actually allows it. They do allow it. Robots just makes no sense sometimes. But people have gone away with this for the longest time. I am not even kidding. Like people, a lot of times people will try to redirect and bypass the chat system because their chat system is that terrible. I say, hey, we should go chat on this. My user is this, and like this meaning whatever their Discord name is. It's simple stuff as that people actually know. Like, oh, that's Discord. And when I say this, they mean this Discord. Watch does a terrible job at filtering out words for underage games, and they do all the time. Robots is committed to aggressive combating illegal and harmful conduct, including child exploitation through medical and decades and social team and city professionals, best moderation systems and partnerships with the law enforcement agencies. For example, robots actively reports potentially harmful content to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, or NCMEC, designed to reform entity a public and electronic service providers regarding unsuspected child sexual exploitation. Further, robots maintains a direct communication with channels with NCMEC and use things like the FBI for immediate escalation and of serious threats that we identify. The one thing that Slep took the longest on is trying to get these people's like information because they were directing them off platform because they knew that they couldn't do it through Roblox, but they knew they could through Discord because Discord's is just less protective of the users. Like people can obviously just do stuff on Discord that Roblox just can't do. It look look this actually happened to me too. I mean, a few years ago, I was involved in the Crosswoods hackers. Believe it or not, there's a highlight of it. I was a part of the Crosswoods hackers, and Creekcraft made a video. Chisholm made a video about a few years ago. and I was the victim of someone that honestly, you know, if Creecraft and Chisel could take a better look at that of the video, and the person who was typing, I think it was Cloudy Hypes. I could be wrong. Then they exactly knew which Twitch account to terminate, like off the platform. They would exactly know. Also, the same thing with these games too. Like, do you think that this game is really appropriate for children, Roblox? Hasn't Great Creek Crowd told you way too many times to be saying that, hey, you get these games off the platform or do something about it? The best that Roblox can do is say, hey, is there like a visual meetup place? Like, is there buildings and whatnot? And if you say yes, there is, then the game will actually rate it 13 plus. Well, of course, it's not already 13 plus because games like this should not be allowed on the platform for kids to play. Like, if 5-year-olds playing saying, "Oh, here's a good game, I should try it out." Well, guess what? There's two lesbians inside of that game doing who knows what, or like two men doing who knows what, or a man and a female doing who knows what. Yeah, look at that. Look at how much money they lost because of one little mistake. Also, I'm gonna turn off the music so I can concentrate a little bit. Look at how much money they lost. This is actually crazy how much money they actually lost. When they banned Schlep, and Schlep then recorded to all these creators and a whole wide world about it, Schlep was still in the good, Roblox was in the wrong at the time, and Roblox just didn't care, and they just banned all his accounts. Even the accounts are like 10 years old by now, or probably like something like that. But yeah, they lost a bunch of money because of one little season assist letter to Schlep. It's crazy. And you would have thought that Roblox probably would have known about this if their other stock was that bad and they losing a lot of money. Because they're able to run servers, you need money. And Roblox is using Amazon Web Services. I know that because of an outage that happened about a week ago, I think. Because Roblox and Fortnite were down. Because I was trying to go to some place in a game like a toward here, and it said, "Oh, it doesn't work." Okay, so I left the game, went back to home screen, and nothing was popping up. So I knew that Roblox was down. So I just gonna go offline and go to sleep because it was like 1 a.m. in the morning. The funny thing about this video is that they use AI. I'm not kidding. They actually used AI in this video, and people were clowning them about it. Like, if you examine this bald heads dude, this dude that has a bald head or whatever, it's blurred on the top of it. So that means people were convinced that robots used AI, and people weren't having it. They weren't. They said, "Oh, they're trying to use some upscaler or blur the background, so it looks a lot better." In reality, just use Google Meet or Microsoft, whatever it's called, because Skype is dead. Yeah, 8.1 million views in at least in 1 month, within a month at least. And this is all from his channel. 5.1 million views 2 months ago when he uploaded that video. Yeah, people were not happy with robots whatsoever. I think a lot of people just actually wanted to quit robots because of what happened with that. And the only way to earn the trust back is that robots does the right thing. Stop caring for growth, stop caring for profits, and care for the community and the moderation. Okay, so this one, robot, reset cops, Richards, cheat on. Which one? Okay, so 7.2 million, which is a lot more than this one. He tries to run for the cops, but that never ends well because you know the cops have tasers. 2.7 mil, 3 months, 3 months, 5 months, which is a 2 year gap between this one and this one. And I don't know why this guy thinks he can say that when I think that this is probably just gotta go. Which that was actually a good thing by trying to help robots, but robots said, "Nope, you're done. Goodbye." You see, on top of this block, guys, that you can see it's a little blurred, and people were convinced that Roblox is using AI in their videos. It's not real. It's fake. Oh, wait, yada yada. Okay. It's because that Roblox is so slow at everything. Sure, it's a 2006 game. Sure, they probably have like potato servers. Sure, they probably have all of that. But how long does it even take them? How much money does it take when they don't have like a whole bunch of money to get better servers? They increased the max player count from 100 to 200. The FPS has gone from only 60. For the last time, it's been 60 to 240. The only way to get like over 240 FPS in any Roblox game was a FPS unlocker, and that was the only way back in the day. And I actually used it to get more FPS. I mean, sure, some people probably can't even tell a difference between 60 and 240 when it's like a millisecond of a difference between 60 and 240. You have a high-end monitor because you're trying to flex your monitor on other people. Not true. That's actually not true. If they were saying, and this has got I got clowned on too. Wait, go back to it. It's actually like a second. Yeah. So that's actually false, David Mizuki. If you were to care so much for the community, you would actually start to have better moderation and everything besides stock going for growth again and money profits again. Yeah, I can say that safety issues are not widespread. When people can literally bypass the chat filter with and without exploits on Roblox. Roblox actually tried patching all, like wiping all the exploits off, it did take them but like a month or three for a new exploit to come back, and people are back already exploiting the games. Yeah. Okay, so why do people exploit Roblox? Well, they want to make money. They're selling accounts on Roblox to make money, making fully mass up blocks through this like level, like mass level blocks through accounts with the best fruit. Well, okay, well they have private servers. So how do they make sure that they keep getting money and making them a temporary and only lasts for that one player? They make it so that only that account can only use the private server. Yeah, if they're so desperate to make sure that no one's ruin their game, you should make it so that it's limited and you can only have it so the owner of the private server has to be in the game or everyone gets kicked out. Safest, more like the unsafest. The negative things that happened 5 years ago. You see, people Roblox was a lot smaller, and at the time I was playing Roblox on MacBook Pro on a yeah. It was a MacBook Air from school because they gave us MacBook Airs in school, not Chromebooks. Chromebooks was next year. Is when they actually cared. When people prefer MacBooks, because it's easy to learn Apple stuff, and if you want productivity, go with Apple stuff. So yeah, and then I went to a MacBook Pro, which no actually this is only on 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it runs pretty well back in the day, but now it just doesn't want to. It's too old. By the way, this MacBook Air is actually a 2012 MacBook Pro that I have. That's just sitting on it. They're just sitting there, untouched. Real social, so they want people to actually meet up in the game. I did not mean to do that. Yeah. So they want this to happen. They want Omegle to come back onto the platform. Of course, it's saying always follow Rogers' community guidelines. You not believe people coming to be staff, which they should be. They should obviously just know that in any game. The good thing about it is that it's rated for 13 plus because you're meeting other people from an online game. Which is a good thing. As a kid seeing like a 7-year-old kid seeing an 18-year-old playing this game, yeah, that's gonna be a little problem. The same thing that Roblox is doing. I think that it should be way higher than 13 actually. Because if it involves like voice chat, which that's probably fine, but if it's actually cameras, that's an issue. But Roblox does not actually use their camera for anything. The only thing they use their camera for is removing your robot's character's head. That's it, and no one asked for that update. Let alone no one even uses that in their games. They do not care. They have nothing against it. They just want to keep going about their day, making profits, and just getting more and more players. Which those more players are actually bots and people who exploit on Roblox to this day. Ghosts should just not care. They still want to get away with it. If it was 18 plus, then I would obviously just see why. Like this game should be allowed on Roblox. If it was 18 plus, I would actually see why. See, if one game goes down on Roblox, like 10 more come up, and it's on the same maturity rate. It's 13 plus. Just make it 18 plus. And the funny thing is that this was made in back in 2020 when Roblox just didn't care whatsoever. Good thing they actually did that, or it would have been a better thing if they just made for players that are 18 plus. Yep, the same thing. If one game or one app gets popular, people will start making a game like just like that. It's like, oh, so I love Dead by Daylight, so I'll make a copy of Dead by Daylight on Roblox, and Roblox just does not care. Oh, this Splatoon 3 game is actually pretty cool. I'll make a version of it on Roblox and gain profits off of it. Same thing. Oh, Zelda games are actually really cool. I like these Zelda games. I'll make my own Zelda game on Roblox. It turns out all these games get popular, and now guess what happens? People are getting a bunch of money off of them because they're promoting the game. Like this is like new people. Like if you don't promote your game to other people, how are you going to get more players? Yeah, how are you going to get more players if you can't promote your game to people that are looking forward to the game? You can't. The same name, the same thing. Roblox said themselves they want online dating on their platform, and people said nope, not happening, not happening. Roblox is made for kids and adults, but they need to learn their lesson. What's appropriate for adults and kids, and what's not, and what's a no go for kids and adults together. Now all of these things just not happening. I mean, I get it. High schools, boys and girls, is the same thing as just going to high school. You got about like first day in ninth grade. It was a freshman. It's a good thing. But a lot of people can be scared, like say, "Oh, how about high school is too hard? I need some help." Well, that's where high school is probably the worst for some people, and probably just too easy for other people that are nerds. Yeah, actually, one funny thing is that there was a picture I saw on Twitter. And I'm not going to say what it was, but it was very over 21 plus. That's all I'm going to say about it. Overwatch does not care whatsoever about their platform. They want money and only money. and they actually allow it. It's because games aren't using models to automatically morph into it. People are wearing inappropriate stuff going into a game like natural disaster survival with the that stuff, and they just don't care. And kids are also playing that game too. Like people that are under 13, like even kids that are under 10, they're playing natural disaster survival. It's a game made for kids, and it's a classic game that's been out for almost 2 decades. Yeah, that's a cringeworthy that they haven't done anything about it. Like, sure, 100 games is the maximum. What's stopping you, Roblox, from making it unlimited? I'm sure that the all the times that they send people those emails, 99% of the time is actually AI generated, and they just do not care whatsoever. I mean, sure, sometimes they help, sometimes they don't. Like someone got their account hacked because they joined this game, and then they contact Overwatch support, and they tell them that their account is hacked. So they like a full password change and make sure that the pin is disabled. Which actually the pin was actually pretty good, and they just removed it, making accounts twice as vulnerable. The one the one thing is that Roblox does not read reports. I've said this multiple times to people that have hated on me in a game for being just too strong, or they just hate me in general. And I just told them, I'm gonna report you. They said, I'm gonna report you on Roblox in a game. I said, I don't care. Roblox does not read the reports whatsoever. If they actually did read the reports and see who was to blame, I'd be gone. I'm still not. Ice. Almost 2 weeks later, the actually the crazy thing about boycotting is that people want to boycott Goodwill because they Google has raised their prices twice this year. Some Google's actually make it so you have to ask to go to the bathroom. They say, "Oh, we think this person is gonna shoplift, so we won't let them in to the bathroom because they probably have something in their pockets." And then it turns out 30 minutes later, they asked like several times, and Joe just does not do it. I'm not kidding. I've seen like it wasn't in Arizona do this. You need to ask an employee to go to the bathroom. Like the one closest to me that like I go and find games, but those games are literally games that are priced at like $1, or like only $1 on online. While go sells them for $4. They're getting scammed. I'm telling you. If they cared so much about their people, like they get all these things for free, then they should keep the prices down, like way down. Either one, they need to start giving people money or credit, like GameStop does, like Amazon does. Like if you've returned an item on Amazon, you have the option of getting your money back into your bank, or two, you can get an Amazon credit. No one doesn't care. They get it for free. Big deal. They don't care. I actually watched a video about this. Watching a YouTube short about this, and the crazy thing is what happened is that people are actually reporting like minor little things to the cops or whatever. And they're actually taking it, so they get tickets, or yeah, basically just tickets and whatnot. People hate it. People think that they should stop doing it. But other time people like it because people are getting punished for doing bad things that they shouldn't do. What's that? Look what happened. Like if someone's going 50, someone's following the speed limit, abiding by the law, and then there's a two lane right there on the low side there. That's what happens. A truck out of nowhere just passes you because you're saying, "Oh, you're so slow." Yeah, that's that's roads for you when you drive. You're following the speed limit. Going back home or to work or wherever. And the truck literally just passes you and doesn't care. But guess what? They got to get camera by the police because you have a dash cam, right? Or number two, you honk at them and start recording, and then they get mad. They get mad now and say, "Oh, just go ahead and call the cops because that got all on video of you turning, of them turning, uh, onto double lines, and they just don't care." It's actually crazy how much backlash they've had in the last few months. Yeah, California. Roblox is based in California, so guess what happens? California sues Roblox, and their Roblox is in California. Now they're in big trouble. I'd actually find it quite, what's the word? I would find it quite good, I would say, if every US state sues Roblox for over child exploitation and it only care about growth and money, then Roblox gets shut down. Oh well, I guess they had a good 20 years of their life. More like what? Only 2 years? Because 2004? Or was it or was it 02? The one crazy thing I'm gonna point out, it's a small thing, is that if you have FreeSchlep and your robot's username, like FreeSchlep in your robot's description, which actually no one uses, I don't know why they still think that's a good thing to use when people just don't use it whatsoever. They put FreeSchlep and in the description, robots reviews that, and then this what happens. That permission gets taken away. The same thing goes for scams, honestly. Like poor people will do anything just to get Robux. But like, if they actually want to make $100, like off of Roblox, they need like 30,000 Robux, and that's like 31,000 for Halloween. It's like almost over to $300 and US dollars. Main City was actually being abused because they added something like parties or whatever, and people were using Meat City not to play the name, not like how it should be, but just another online game to go meet up with people. Yeah, and guess what happened? The developer of the game actually took out the party system in the game. Like it's no more. Then people got mad, and now Meat City is actually dying because of it. Actually, the doesn't even care. Yeah, look at that, 60.2 billion. I'm sure the mass majority of those visits were people doing behind the scenes things. Who knows what? And the creator says, "What is it? Is it better that it's just people that are in parties and not in the rest of the game? He's unscheduled, secluded, or whatever." Yeah, it takes at least 4 seconds. I just move the camera, not moving your character, and just find something bad on the game. If they actually do something about it, I'm sure everything anime will be taken off of Roblox, and people are just trying to quit Roblox together. Like, oh, this Joker costume is really cool. Well, guess what? Roblox took it away. Every single Nintendo stuff, Xbox, PlayStation, like everything that's copyrighted by these big companies like PlayStation, Nintendo, Microsoft, like even animes like Dragon Ball and Naruto, just gone. And people are making copies and copies of this, just getting all away with it. And those experts they have at Roblox before Schlep are actually stupid. The robots need Schlep on deck to help them out. I'm just surprised that Lego never took action against robots whatsoever. If they did, I just never read about it. The same thing can happen with these kinds of games. People can make any script they want to and just keep getting away with it. Like they can keep making crosswords games. They can keep making badges that say bad stuff, and Overwatch sees that and they just ban an account. There's like how Girl Garden just gives you GARDEN for badges because Overwatch lets people get badges that show off what they got. That's actually crazy because even things like that, Overwatch can just easily just not care whatsoever. Even said, your son's going through some really tough time. We want to assure you that we do anything in our power to help you further. For this, we'll be escalating this in more additional information, something, additional resources available on these websites. So they just said, "Oh, here's phone number. I hope this helps. We won't do anything about the developer, and we don't care." It's no matter what game you play, there was always that one person in a server that's either one a scammer or two a predator. Not kidding. Wow, no one cares about buff. I could only imagine if anime items were off of Roblox. Like Vegeta here, guess what? You can rename your username. I mean, I have mine renamed because I don't like my own name because it was already taken. But I can only imagine Robots actually responds and actually does something about it. And in every anime game, every anime everything on the marketplace just gone. The people are furious. They're leaving the game. It's not just people too. If they do this, then people are obviously just becoming mad because anime isn't on robots anymore. Great. Well, a lot of people who get stopped by cops would rather lie than actually tell the truth. They don't care. They don't care about their safety, about the safest place in the game. They only care for profits and growth. That's it. Robots doesn't care about that. At least like one guy gets it. Voice safety model cannot detect and initiate voice chat warnings, misbehavior, so in languages, which is the entire world. Done experiences, avatars, and screen names, audio processes, including 800,000 avatar items. Potential most of these were either anime and bad stuff in general. That's probably what this was. And 1.8 million user in display names, which is actually a good thing, so that people know that hey, it's like in Nintendo. You can say bad words on Switch One only consoles. On Switch Two, it's more restrictive on Switch Two. So if someone just has a Switch One and they have a bad name that Nintendo does not approve of, they transfer that account to their Switch Two. Well, guess what happens? Nintendo reads it and said, "Nope, you're banned." Why's my before we continue? Why is my headset going off? Is my headset already at low battery? It shouldn't be. It was like 89% earlier. Are they already dying? No. Okay. Just want to know. Game with other people is actually crazy because they can do something about it, and they just use not to just to brush it off and just have someone else do it. That's why lower placement, or just have someone else do it. Like who? Who you gonna do? And this is where everyone said, "Yeah, this guy is out of his mind." At least before the whole thing was like somewhere in the middle, and then somewhere around here it actually went up and up. But the craziest thing is that they lost all of that because of one little thing. I would be surprised if this was mentioned. Like this guy said everything to the David Bazuki, and he said, and there's oh hey, police, yeah, the police over here. Get this guy out of here. Arrest him. Yeah, as if that will be if Roblox Schlep are not on the same page. Not parents should do something about this. Like, oh hey, a kid started playing Roblox. Maybe I should set it for parental controls. It turns out they forget about it, and the kid already had an email linked to it. Your own email. A kid having an email. That's why I signed up on. Oh, I need an email. Okay, I'll go to Microsoft Outlook email or Gmail on Google. They just make one there. A random little say nice kid, it's 12 at gmail.com, and I'm so cool. no one can ever touch me as a password. They just said send email. They put in a code. Bam. And look at it. It can even fake them being like what 50 years old, like a 50-year-old person playing Roblox. When expectation versus reality, reality being they're actually a 5-year-old kid, and they just allow it. And that's probably what they would like. Oh yeah, I'll just avoid the question and not care. And that one policy was added like 5 minutes later once they sent the season assist letter to Schlep. They actually sent the season assist letter first, and then added so vigilante groups cannot be on the platform. So they basically just what they did is they made a little group is it sends a season assist saying, "Hey, you have one of our policies." Well, it turns out there was none. They just came up with their own. They used ChatGPT to generate. They're saying, "Oh hey, you can't have vigilante groups on our platform." Yeah, they just make new policies whenever they please. You know, they send a letter first, and then they made a new policy about it later. I can only imagine that robot stock was so high in 2022. Well, somewhere a little before 2022, and someone saw that, oh, hey, robot is doing really good. Maybe I should invest in these people. Like invest in whatever it is on Twitter or whatever they use. Well, it turns out, like 6 months later, we just got a whole bunch of money. They don't care. He doesn't care. They don't care. It's like saying that, oh, hey, I want to talk to this about you. And he said, okay, yeah, okay, sure. We'll just brush that off. And we'll just focus on what we love to do. Game more players that are probably bots or new exploiters, just exploiters making auto accounts, or even kids making saying that, oh, hey, I'm 25 years old. I can chat on the platform. I can do this and that. I make like grown up games. Parents don't take things seriously with online stuff. If they did, then basically, you know, everything it would be a whole different world if parents took things seriously with online games with young children. For grown-ups, no one cares. It's you're a grown-up now. You can do whatever the heck you want. And this is for only people that are over 18 plus. This is for people that are 18 plus, not 17, not 15, not 15. For 18 plus, do whatever you want. I mean, yes, you can go out to places that's allowed. I mean, sure, there's some restrictions, but then again, once you're 21, the world is yours to do whatever you want, as long as it's legal. The funny thing is that Roblox just had their little hole in their logo. It was like a small square, but then he said, "Oh, let's go ahead and copy Bethesda's icon. That was trademarked under Bethesda." And then they copied it, and then they tilted it a little bit to the right, and they just called it good. Imagine Bethesda sees that Roblox actually just copied it, or someone or someone notifies Bethesda about this, and Roblox just sued Bethesda of trademark infringement. Saying refusing to sit down for an interview, that literally just tells people that they just want to get away with what they're doing. Only want money, only wanting growth, which is probably again people who exploit are making new laws to bypass bans on Roblox game bans. There are bots which are literally just selling items they had because this game was one game had trading already in the game already had trading, and they just used that and said, hey, I can make a whole bunch of money if I sell this item on Blots Fruits for like $5, and then everyone will buy it, and I'll be rich. But there's only what 5 states that are actually suing robots over it, while the rest of the world just does not care, and the people that just don't care. Again, exploiters using that are cheating in games. Two, people that are using bots to profit because the game was free. Or three, they just don't are just using it for profiting in general, like anything profiting. And that's basically it for the video. All right. See what about the comments? A guy just donated $100. Dang. It's nice to get sick of little kids in his comment section. The section fell off. This is about popularity. This is about child safety. He explains it all in the video. Thanks. Fun fact, Roblox is fully capable of IP bans, but their IP bans is actually so terrible. Like, one explorer actually told me that they got IP banned in a game when a good workaround is by making a new account. Actually, before making a new account, they enable a VPN, not a browser VPN like Opera's VPN. Not that. Paying for a VPN, having a VPN connect to somewhere close by to where they live, and just bypassing the IP ban. That's all they're doing. Because Roblox thinks that their system, their IP bans in games, will affect the whole IP. And if you join a Wi-Fi network that some person got banned on, you also get banned for literally you didn't do anything, nothing. You didn't do it, and people hate this. People actually hate this, and the whole reason why Roblox did this is because they think that this would solve the bot's problem. Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't solve the bot problem. People will just keep making bots and not even care that bots are still on the platform because they can reach like what 14 billion like 45 million active players, surpassing even Steam. And Steam saying, I think we're in trouble here. Yeah, we should probably do something about it. Which I think Steam probably said, it's fine. Oh, die. Oh, also that talking about die quite quickly. This actually and the play were two games, Grow Garden and Steel Brain Rot, which I'm sure that Steel Brain Rot is going to get completely wiped out of existence because if they actually made it so they can copyright every single Brain Rot character they own, no matter laws, then I guess Brain Rot characters are not copyrighted by their owners because this country has its own set of laws saying yes, you can own a copyrighted character that was made from ChatGPT, and this says it doesn't matter. You created it on your own self. So this is your work platform, right? Yep. So this is accessed by kids, right? Yep. And adult users are not allowed to interact appropriately with these kids. Sounds about right. Then ban these inappropriate users. Robots bans and threatens lawsuit to every person bring this to light. The point I just see at this point, I'd eat my hat if David is not on the Epstein files. $20 of a donation. You're ready for like 1,000 robots obby shorts saying robots the situation just got crazier. And below that they add in the game hashtag FreeSchlep. Oh, they sent me a message. They must have changed their minds. Oh my god, it got worse. Of course it got worse. Robots doesn't listen to the community. They always say they do listen to the community, but do they really listen to the community? No, they don't. They just don't. They still want to do their own thing, gain big profits. They're past Amazon. They're past even Tesla. When in reality, they know they're being hated for it too. But do they care to being hated for it? Of course not. They don't care. Also, let's watch this before you play game. I actually know about Schlep because robots had these little things to where you can post on Roblox's little site, and he just him in his chat kept spamming the same thing to Roblox. He got permanently banned for it. The same year that I joined Roblox. Who wouldn't? This it sounds like me first. That's the one thing that's actually crazy. Like, oh, you like to talk about this and that. Well, guess what? You can't. It's not related to Roblox. Okay. Because Quackity was being stupid and he actually did it. $3 days. It was three. Yeah, because this guy thought it'd be a good idea in his chat to be posted on forums about all this stuff. Wow. Same, yeah, exactly the same time zone as me. That's crazy. That's actually a crazy part about it. I mean, people that are 13 should obviously know that they can, but people that are I think that's been up for 12 years. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. It's because citizens are still considered minors. All because Quackity thought it'd be a great idea to raid the forums. Not kidding. The main reason why video games exploded in 2020 when the pandemic started because everyone was staying home. They had nowhere to go. Food was completely gone. Like Walmart was empty of food. The only thing you can get from there are supplies. That was it, and games too. I mean, sure, there's big debates between if you have digital, you're using a lot more space on like a Switch. But if you're using physical, is it? Who knows? Someday it might turn into a collector's item. Well, most of the time, well, being physical, the price just dies down to it's like $5 or like $10 for a game, like a year later. Brain rot games. Yeah, I know it's a thought resounding scams. All right, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and build a Switch. I'll probably only play like a bit of Switch before I had the bed. Let me switch over here. And there. Let me switch. Let me open the capture card. I also have apple muffin here. I made a muffin. There, it's open. Full screen. Like over here. Turn this off. And turn this on. There we go. Alright, now I gotta switch game over. Was it not letting me update the title? There. There, done. Alright, refresh. And we're good. Okay. So I got back over here. Everything looks good. So let's go ahead and open Splatoon. Alright, I'm gonna take the headset off because it's useless to me right now. Because I would need the headset for when I'm using the PC. Because all the audio gets captured on the PC. Right, okay. Alright, so what do we have for stages? Splat zones, Mental Marinas. Probably be an issue, but I'm sure it'll be alright though. Inertial Underpass, which probably is just take a splashdown to it and call it good. And Rainmaker. Okay, so all these are basically made for close combats and probably snipers. I can't think about any good weapon right now. Maybe bossy help. Okay. Zero is a song is a soul song? Soul? You're gonna be wrong. Okay. Doing Fat 35. Blasters references Splatoon and the dialogue for the something fossil. Okay. Yep. Thank you. For the one person that actually cares. Art. Embrace Auto Rider. Wait, what's the word? So, yep, he is wearing it. I played Splatoon 1 on the Wii U. Well, guess what? You probably have a modded Wii U doing the same thing. Wii U's work again. Work in progress. Actually true. Thank you. For a transgender person. Also, let me win the mic door again. Alright, this is about as close up I also probably get it. Like, does anyone actually care for adults adult stuff on a kids game. Rated M for Marina. Yeah, I couldn't tell if this was a female or a male because they look almost the exact same. And some people just do it. People just make auto girls when they're literally boys, just they like the whole voice thing better than boys because they want the girls and just act like they're transgender. I think I could use not Nautilus or Bitswig. Probably won't be that bad. And I'll try Nautilus first on sweat zones. Also, I remember in the early days of version 10 when it came out on June 10th when they added Switch 2 support. You could dodge roll out of enemy ink. And people said, "Oh, this is a game changer. Everyone loves this." When in reality, it just dodge rolling out of enemy ink for like one single roll. Is it that really of a better competitive thing? I don't think so. Alright, that's not fine. We still got the upper advantage. I could honestly use aerospray, because aerospray too. At least I got that one guy though. Of course, people can't. And now my whole team's dead. Yep, so I'm trying. You tried it. I always thought this the good roll. Let's try. At least I'm not the one. I'm not. At least I'm not the one person getting one guide in a whole eight players. And I'm not getting one guide at least. I think I might just use colors. By making it a little easier. Where's colors anyway? There it is. I know when you do that. Wait, can you tell the difference between male and females from the auto lanes? Yep, they're pretty much all just off. I have a full lobby of females. The female autos, there's no one less males. There we go. So these ones, wait, are they different? Dirty's that same. Okay, I guess I just can't tell whatsoever. Especially from the little details. Hairstyle, sure, I can tell that. Artists I just can't. Week 5 only? I think I'm about missing the target. I think I'm sort of missing the target, I think. Am I? For 25, I'm doing half the damage. Well, not half, but almost half the damage. Because normally the swap bounce do 60. Or burst bounce do 60. Oh, we got a sniper rider. Great. Hello. Goodbye. Look at all the stuff that they haven't done yet. Yet. At least Knockout should be entertaining in a long route. Nice try. Of course, there's always one person that's brave enough to go in here. What's he gonna do? The split back up after that? Probably. At least that's I got that though. Fair trade. No, probably not though. Nice try, buddy. Yeah, apparently that hill got going to the base when he's probably only like 10 or 9 years old. Thinks it's a good idea to go to our base, and basically means that they win the whole game. Yeah, 9 kills, 5 deaths. I'd say about him and I are almost on par, at least for this match. So at least I can get 2 burst loans out at least. That's nice to have. And I paired up with that guy that goes into people's spaces and thinks he's the think that he's the cool guy. At least I got him though. At least this guy knows how to shoot, though, through a wall. Yep, campers. And sharks. I'm just surprised people who don't use aimbrush or carbon roller don't use ninja squid. Yep, I will get two-hitted. It was all thanks to Larry, like one part that sniper, which is the paintbrush, and then the Hydra. And I'm just not changing the way. I can also do this though. Well, I don't think it would be that bad. Neither with this though, because it's close combat and range at the same time. Distracts them too. I think the maximum damage that these can do, I think it's like 302 damage for the big guys. Close enough. Too far. I think the main reason why I'm using the dodge rolls is because for extra momentum, and then it gives like a several iframes where you don't get damaged by anything. So I'm using that to do my advantage to do a counter attack against the other players. That's just the main reason why I'm using the dodge roll. Like the squid roll. That's why I'm using that. I gain a few moments of iframes. Got him. Alright, I'm gonna jump anyway. I know that'll take him for a bit. I'm just gonna stand guard. Missed. Missed. I don't know why I even thought about doing that in first place. I know how things taking out snipe me when I'm using the browsers. I know that Flameless can. Yep, they knew. They knew. They knew I entered the zone, and they said, "Yep, you can't leave now." At least they're making a comeback though. They're actually doing good. Got them both. At least one person not actually trying, but they knew they couldn't make it in time because it's a heavy weapon. I just think that the trousers are a great combo of close combat, maybe, and long range. Look, 19 kills, 8 deaths. At least the splash shot guy did better than me. I got 11. Well, actually, yeah, no, I'm first place. Yeah, I'm first place because 19 my state is no 11, and other guy, Japanese guy, Squid one, he got 10. At least I know that the 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 roller did quite good for 11 kills though. Because mastering Dynamo is gonna be a nightmare sometimes. I know, not for sure. Because you gotta learn balance from close combat, which is dangerous because you look at like a 2 to 4 shot. That's like depending on the weapon, and a long range and a support because I viewed the Dynamo as a support weapon. Well, there you go. Everyone just left. Our team just left, and yeah, all because Nintendo Service I said, oh, I think there's an issue, so we'll probably I'll kick your team out. Well, that's fine, honestly. I mean, as long as I keep up with the rhythm, make sure people stay out of the zones, then I should be good, at least. Too far, and no, not reaction there. The only thing that's actually funny though is that I now have a Splatoon 2 on the Switch 2. And I was like level 55 in the first game, and there was literally no way you can transfer all your save data from Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 3. So I basically started from scratch. Again. The amount of hours I put in into Splatoon 2, like beating the auto expansion, is gone. And now do people even stream Splatoon 2 because, well, the servers are dead. What is this, a rematch? Nope. Okay. Backstab. Yep, and now they're invading our base, which is not great. Yep. We just have one guy though. Do you think is that all the pros are on? Which I know that's for sure. But it's like what 4 p.m. in Japan. I'm sure people are probably getting off for work or on their breaks. Well, they're updated. I mean, tower control. Well, it is. What's number is gonna go with? I think I just might stick to the usual nice hits gel. I think about doing the bows. Right, the wall screens. I think about doing them. I might as well. One of the funniest things I've ever seen is that fast food restaurants I can actually just take away saying, "No, you can't eat more." Oh well. And this is for the buffets. Like all you can eat buffets should be all you can eat. They have no right to say that, hey, you can't eat here anymore because you're eating too much food. Well, guess what? There are people that are probably really hungry from work. They probably have high paying jobs, and they probably work really hard. So of course they deserve a good meal from a buffet. I have two buffets where I'm at. One Chinese and one pizza. Chinese buffet and a pizza buffet. But they haven't set for a while. Yeah, I guess I got someone. Yep. And yeah, no. You're not jumping here, buddy. Yeah, we're not really making progress. I mean, I know that for sure, at least. I'm not even going to attempt it. Propose it. Yes, I do. Never mind. Great. Does anyone even want to get on tower? Or do I have to? Guess I have to. "16 kills with a classic Schlep, and I got 11 sweats. I could say that we dominated because we're all up in 10s, and then the other team just, well, okay. At least the blaster on the other team did half a good job, half a good job anyway. I don't think you even tried. I don't think you even tried to go on the tower with the Kraken at all. Yeah, at least I can almost make it. All the way up here. Of course, Nintendo stores always love to do that. Fresh new teams. And you wait this long. Of course, they love to do that. Yeah, it happened last time I won too. If 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 uh if Nintendo ever sent me a season assist letter saying, "Hey, you're playing our games way too often. We're gonna stop you from playing our games now and streaming them at the same time." Well, guess what, Nintendo? I don't care. What I'm doing is free advertising. And you should know that by now. So they were reduced sent me something like that, like, "Hey, we're gonna stop you from streaming our game on other platforms." I would say, no, I don't care what you say to me. Yes, Nintendo is just greedy. That's all. They also have to be greedy. I could imagine the new Animal Crossing update for Switch 2 to have these Zelda and Splatoon collabs. Will probably be an amiibo. Probably cards, because Nintendo loves cards. Like they've been a card gaming community for the longest time. And every time that they made cards out, GameStops almost have like no cards stock because they're always taken by scalpers. I'm basically just gonna tell Nintendo that they have lost me. Of course, I've been backstabbed. I just think that your team was basically mocking our team for like what 3 seconds. Because they said, "Oh, we'll keep it about 20 or so on up the tower, about like 30 seconds." See, yep, kicking away the haters. I just feel like lowdown could have not been added whatsoever. Reason being, it's a toxic emote. That's all I'm gonna say. I know, I know the Japan people might think that, oh, hey, yeah, that this is okay to use. I mean, Japan is so polite to people, but do people like do Japanese people use slowdown to mock other countries like the U.S.? They probably do. They say that they're always like the best place to be if you want like no stealing and whatever. But deep down, I notice people in Japan that are like mean people and not actually good people. Yes, 99% of people in Japan are obviously good people. The percentage of bad people is probably pretty low. I mean, even if you were convicted of doing something you know you shouldn't do in Japan, they will not give you any time you try to confess that you didn't do it, what they will do is put you in prison for it. Even though you don't even do like a small thing, it turns out to be a big thing, and now you just made yourself look bad. Nice try. Two shot. Yeah, at least they tried though. At least I got the E leader though. So now they're at a disadvantage. Almost. I think. Great. It'd be a big question if the Hydra could actually slap me from behind the wall again. How did he break my shield? That's my big question. At least I tried to push back though. I think the emote that Ace Plays has, I also want to put it in a game. At least your team had like two heavy snipers. They got like what 0 kills. Nine, nine minus 9 is 0, and like 3 kills per die. This stroke. I honestly can't wait for the day that people actually start to have 3DSs that are now worth $500. Like, oh, you want a retro 3DS that's like broken up? Guess what? Pay $500 and it's yours. I can only imagine that's the new standard for 3DSs. Like even the original ones. Because 3DSs are, I think there's so much in demand. Iframe? Goodbye, sniper. Yeah, only if you can be a little quicker, buddy. You probably would have made it. Yeah, at least I wasn't much of a person who spotted people, though. That's one thing for sure. How far does it shoot, though? Right here. I say that's pretty long for a splash shot, like fully out. At least I can use some damage to it though. Like I'm still in the safe spot. That is quite far, I'd say. I think I can do some damage to the NPCs from this far, but I think it needs to be like at the right angle. So I don't know at the fire rate. I think has like the same like range as splash shots, but this one does more damage though, which is good. But yeah, so fire rate, which I think it just does more. It's the same damage, the same range as splash shot. If that's the case. Oh, I guess it just doesn't care. See, that's the one thing about it though. Ninja Squid on Carbon Roller, it's that jump scares. Yep. Yep, more sharks, I'd say. I probably wouldn't have even made it anyways. I think I'm gonna switch Breath of the Wild for about 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna head off. Yeah, apparently they got 10 kills and like 2 deaths and a single match. Whereas when Ninja Squid and Carbon Roller. Yeah, they dominated. Well, the Master got like no deaths, and the other two just got about a few deaths. Well, he barely got anything. Yeah, they basically just got everything. Well, we got mainly just no kills whatsoever. I'm gonna change over to Zelda. Quick little refresh. All right. I think it's been a hot minute since I played Breath of the Wild. I think hasn't it? I think it has been. That's Charged Sword. Here's a kingdom. There it is. All right. So last time I was at the Kale Shrine. So let me go ahead and get the app ready. All right. So where's the NSO app? NSO. It is right here. Here it is. Navigation. Let's see. So there's a quest down here. The Kena Osasha Shrine. This is where's this? Statue of the eighth herring. So that's in Gerudo. I could get this one too. Where's this? Fit race check-in. Is this a staple? Wait, which one is have I got? Okay, so I haven't got this. So what's this? Trial of Thunder. Oh, thanks. I'm not basically wasting my time on that one. What else is there that I haven't done? Wait, aren't these two? Yeah. Spring Wisdom. Sure. All right. So I'm gonna head to the all the way over here. Oh, sorry, I got my phone close to the mic too.
Proceed far southeast.
Okay, still a ways to go. About here? How about Atino?
Proceed some distance east.
Okay, there we go. A little better. All right, I hear Ika Clan.
Please proceed. Proceed east. proceed.
Who's it gonna be? Wait, I almost forgot.
Let's proceed.
Wait, are there any hardy radishes over here? Not that I need them.
Proceed east.
The one thing I would actually enjoy is that they have. Oh, hello.
Proceed east.
This guy is not even moving. That guy was
Proceed
not
east.
even moving for the entirety of that sword, and he was still holding on onto his Pokeback like it was a treasure item.
Proceed east.
Uh-oh.
Peace reigns supreme in Hateno village. It's easy to see why, with all the farmland. Yet they have little sense of the impending crisis of the calamity. Perhaps the best measure is to increase the number of soldiers at Fort Hateno. Or perhaps not. No. Instead, I should begin by speaking with the mayor about putting guards at the village entrance.
Oh, they did. Alright, so where's this quest giver? Should be up here, I think. This house? Is it his house? No. This one? I think so. Who is it? Is it this kid? I don't think so. This guy? Nothing of interest? Yeah, I know about the dye shop and how people can make Assassin's Creed. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this quest.
Protection is now ready to roll.
And believe it or not, I've noticed for the last since the game came out, and then before we got the nav for Switch 2 edition, I'd always watched Austin John Plays do 100 all the shrines for Breath of the Wild, and he still hasn't done all the shrines for Tears of the all the shrines for Tears of the Kingdom. I will. It's better that man to do it within the first week, like every single shrine and Tears of the Other Kingdom combined into one video. I know you're probably saying yourself, well, why aren't you using the extra stamina? I'm not using the extra stamina, and in case I really need to. Besides that, I just don't use it. Okay, it's about to stop raining, so I should be able to climb this barefoot. Most way up, I think. Because playing Genshin and this are two different games. One's harder, one doesn't care at all. Alright, so now let me go ahead and put on the burrito. Okay. I don't want to chill yet. Or that would not be good. I don't know how I feel about the whole thing about them making like jumping like in the main in Breath of the Wild it was pretty high, but in Tears of the Kingdom it's honestly like nothing. It's like they said imagine doing this in Tears of the Kingdom when that's not how the game works. The game works is how you build vehicles. Climb up the highest mountains. When in general, people would prefer to use like the hover bike instead of anything else. Should be it. Yep. Yeah, see, I have not done this quest yet, but we're about to. Surprised there's not many monsters around here. Are there? Wait, never mind. I spoke too soon. There. I exactly called it when the first guy did that. But at least the great thing is about after this quest, the next one isn't that far away. Just barely. The Spring of Wisdom. I have not done this yet. Yep, presence has been known. So now I need to what, three? Three eyes, I think? I think it's three eyes. Wait, let me not use that. I'll use normals. Yep, fly off. Was that a hit? Ew. I guess I'll just keep going out this way. Until I do that. Are you gonna do a wind current? I see you coming straight towards me, buddy. But is there gonna be wind current, or do I get this one? And got it anyway. So that's two. There's one on his back. So what are you gonna do? Is he gonna keep circling around me? I can't hit it. That's not, that isn't even open. Oh, what, down here? There's three? Last one? Maybe? Oh, hello. Ow. Where's he going now? Downhill again? Yep. There we go. That should be the last one. Yep, it was. GG. That's done at least. Is it open to me? Wait, what's it want me to do? I already did that. Oh, just shoot it? Be free. There. Alright, where is it? Where's the scale? There it is. There we go. Quest complete. Yep. Sphere, don't care. Unless it's rain, and I probably will use it. Other than that, nah. That's probably the only time I'll use the frost spear or any frost blade in general. Yeah, I would have thought I had 4, but I guess I had 3. Oh well. Alright, next one should be southeast of here. Alright, I'm gonna set down. I'm gonna set the navigation. Your last one before I head off.
Southeast. Please proceed.
Also, my phone was at 38% battery before the stream started, and now it's at 17%. I should probably charge it.
Please proceed.
You know what I mean? Though I probably charge it like a few percentage, then just quit. Where is it? This way? Yep.
Please proceed.
Underground?
Proceed a short distance southeast. Proceed southeast and downward.
Yep, underground.
Proceed south and downward.
Yep, cave.
Proceed a short distance southwest. Proceed southwest and downward.
Should be
Proceed a short distance southwest.
yeah, it should be right here.
Proceed a short distance west.
Yep. A wall. Missed. And here.
You have discovered your destination. Guidance deactivating.
I think I'll go ahead and put on charge right now. I didn't mean to skip, but that's I plan on doing that. Oh, you're just listening. You shouldn't have. Just for me. Thank you. Climbing boots. So just well, there you go. I have all the climbing gear. There you go. Full 20. Full 20 hearts. Wait, does the Switch still have the captions for pictures? And I know I mainly capture videos. But at the same time, does it still have it? Alright, I'm gonna add two Zora's Domain to cash in the last one for full hearts. Because I like to do for Breath of the Wild, full hearts. Tears of the Kingdom, full stamina. I just like to do that between the two games. And also, this is a 4K 60 game. So I'm sure a lot of things were smoothing out from the Switch 1 edition to Switch 2 edition. I'm sure a lot of things were smoothened out. Arcanator, yep. There you go. Full hearts and no stamina. Which I'll be sure the next time to do stamina. Also for Breath of the Wild, I do have the GR set to B, since I'm using the Pro controller. So it's way easier for me to go around. I haven't tried it with the Switch 2 dock or whatever it's called. I probably will sometime though. Well, that'll be it for me. Save. Last time I was on was sometime. Apparently, I played for too long. The game just auto saved like every minute to 5 minutes. Oh well. Well, I'm gonna head off and get ready for bed. So, I guess I'll see you guys later. I do have work tomorrow, so I'll probably stream Fortnite a little bit, get some wins in. Besides that, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Peace out.